In the quiet suburban neighborhood of Oak Ridge, an insidious force took root, shrouding the once tranquil streets in an aura of dread. Something had awakened, a malevolent presence that transformed the familiar pets into demonic killers. The air thickened with the scent of foreboding as the community grappled with the harrowing mystery that unfolded within the shadows. It began innocuously, an unsettling howl from a family dog, once gentle and loyal, now distorted by an otherworldly fervor. The once beloved pets, from fluffy felines to faithful canines, exhibited a sudden shift in demeanor. Their eyes, once mirrors of innocence, now glowed with an unholy radiance that betrayed the demonic influence that had seized them. As the sinister transformation spread, Oak Ridge became a battleground between the unsuspecting residents and their beloved companions turned malevolent. Nightmares unfolded in broad daylight as the demonic pets roamed the streets, their once familiar forms twisted into grotesque parodies of their former selves. The neighborhood, once characterized by picket fences and children's laughter, now echoed with the unsettling growls and hisses of the demonic animals. Panic set in as residents barricaded themselves indoors, their once trusted pets prowling outside like shadows with a thirst for malevolence. Amid the chaos, a group of intrepid residents formed an unlikely alliance, determined to unravel the mystery that had turned their pets into demonic killers. The clues led them to ancient texts that spoke of a dark force awakening from its slumber, drawn to the unsuspecting neighborhood by a malevolent energy that festered within its midst. The group embarked on a perilous journey, seeking to confront the malevolent force that had unleashed demonic chaos upon Oak Ridge. Their quest led them to the heart of an ancient burial ground hidden within the neighborhood, a place steeped in supernatural energies and long-forgotten secrets. As they delved into the arcane rituals that had inadvertently awakened the demonic force, the group faced the unnerving reality that their actions had unleashed a malevolent entity from the depths of the supernatural realm. The only way to quell the demonic uprising was to confront the entity head-on and sever the ethereal connection that bound it to the neighborhood. The climactic showdown unfolded beneath the blood-red moon as the group faced the demonic entity that had taken residence in the shadows. A battle of wills ensued, with the fate of Oak Ridge hanging in the balance. Each member of the group confronted their own fears and regrets, drawing upon a collective strength to banish the malevolent force back to the depths from whence it came. In the aftermath, the once demonic pets returned to their docile and loving states. The neighborhood, scarred by the supernatural ordeal, began the slow process of recovery. The residents, forever changed by the shadows that had temporarily consumed their lives, formed a resilient community bound by the shared experience of confronting the unknown. As Oak Ridge emerged from the grip of the demonic onslaught, the scars of the supernatural ordeal lingered. The neighborhood, once defined by its sense of security, now bore the indelible mark of shadows that had briefly eclipsed its tranquility. The group of intrepid residents, bonded by the harrowing experience, became the unofficial guardians against any resurgence of malevolent forces. In the aftermath, the residents organized a neighborhood watch, united by a shared commitment to vigilance against the unknown. They delved into ancient lore and sought the guidance of occult experts to fortify Oak Ridge against any potential supernatural threats. The once quiet streets now thrived with a newfound awareness of the supernatural forces that could lurk within the shadows. The bond forged during the demonic incursion became the foundation of a resilient community. The residents, once isolated in their fear, now found solace in collective strength. Monthly gatherings, initially born out of necessity, evolved into communal events where stories of the supernatural were shared and precautionary measures discussed. Yet beneath the veneer of communal healing, a lingering unease persisted. The group that had confronted the demonic entity harbored a shared secret, an unsettling knowledge that their actions had opened a gateway to a realm of darkness. Whispers of a lingering malevolence echoed through the neighborhood, and a sense of perpetual watchfulness became the unspoken norm. As the seasons changed, Oak Ridge remained vigilant. The demonic pets, now restored to their former innocence, served as a living reminder of the supernatural threat that had temporarily besieged the neighborhood. The once terrified residents, hardened by their shared ordeal, patrolled the streets with an unwavering commitment to safeguarding their community from any resurgence of the demonic forces. In the quiet moments of reflection, residents pondered the delicate balance between the mundane and the supernatural. The shadows that had once concealed a malevolent secret now served as a constant reminder of the fragility of their tranquil existence. The neighborhood, forever changed by the harrowing encounter with the demonic, embraced a collective resilience that transcended the boundaries of the ordinary. In the quiet town of Cherrybrook, Father Thomas Whitman was a revered figure, a man of unwavering faith and a beacon of solace for his parishioners. Yet beneath the serene facade of the quaint church, a mysterious secret concealed the true nature of the priest. Father Thomas Whitman was not only a shepherd of souls, but also a creature of the night, a vampire burdened by the weight of his dual existence. The town, nestled between ancient woods and enveloped in perpetual twilight, unknowingly sheltered a supernatural entity within the heart of its spiritual sanctuary. Father Whitman, a vampire torn between the realms of darkness and divine duty, struggled with the paradox of his existence. He grappled with a thirst for blood that clashed with the sacraments he administered to his unsuspecting flock. As the ominous shadows deepened within Cherrybrook, whispers of strange occurrences circulated among the townsfolk. Mysterious disappearances and unexplained phenomena cast a pall of fear over the once tranquil community. The supernatural undercurrents that coursed through Father Whitman's veins became entwined with the town's fate, as darkness sought redemption within the walls of the sacred church. The priest's internal turmoil intensified when he discovered that a malevolent vampire clan had infiltrated Cherrybrook, drawn to the potent energy that emanated from the spiritual center. The clash between the priest's innate goodness and the malevolent force that threatened to engulf the town escalated into a supernatural battle that transcended the boundaries of the mortal and the immortal. Guided by his unwavering commitment to protect his parishioners, Father Whitman confronted the malevolent vampires with a righteous fury. The sacred grounds of the church became the battleground for a clash between the forces of darkness and the priest's desperate quest for redemption. The supernatural battle unfolded beneath the flickering candlelight, casting eerie shadows that danced upon the centuries-old walls. In the climactic confrontation, Father Whitman faced the vampire clan's ruthless leader, a creature of the night that reveled in the terror it sowed. The clash between good and evil echoed through the hallowed halls as the priest, fueled by an inner fire, wielded divine symbols against the supernatural onslaught. As the battle reached its zenith, a blinding light erupted from the sacred altar, enveloping the priest and the malevolent vampires in a celestial radiance. The townsfolk, drawn by the supernatural spectacle, witnessed the surreal transformation within the church, a manifestation of divine intervention that banished the malevolent forces back into the shadows from whence they came. The light gradually subsided, revealing Father Whitman kneeling at the altar, his once pallid complexion now aglow with a newfound radiance. The vampire priest, cleansed by the celestial intervention, emerged as a symbol of redemption within the town of Cherrybrook. In the aftermath of the celestial intervention, the once shadowed town of Cherrybrook witnessed a miraculous transformation. Father Whitman, now imbued with a divine radiance, continued his pastoral duties with newfound zeal. The townsfolk, though unaware of the supernatural events that transpired within the sacred walls, felt an inexplicable sense of serenity in the presence of their reinvigorated priest. As Father Whitman embraced his role as a symbol of redemption, he became a source of solace for the townsfolk, unknowingly protecting them not only from the supernatural threats that lurked, but also from the darkness that resided within their own hearts. The town's spiritual center, once tainted by the malevolent vampire clan, now radiated an ethereal purity that extended beyond the physical realm. Yet the priest's internal struggle persisted. The delicate balance between his vampiric nature and newfound divinity became a precarious tightrope walk. Father Whitman grappled with the dualities of his existence, haunted by the memories of his past sins as a creature of the night. One fateful night, as the moon cast its silvery glow upon Cherrybrook, a shadow from Father Whitman's past emerged. A vampire from the priest's former life, seeking revenge for the betrayal that led to the celestial intervention, descended upon the unsuspecting town. The clash between the vampire's malevolence and Father Whitman's divine strength unfolded in the moonlit streets of Cherrybrook. The townsfolk, oblivious to the supernatural duel transpiring in their midst, slept soundly under the protection of the radiant priest. In the final confrontation, the vampire, fueled by ancient resentments, sought to extinguish the divine light that now emanated from Father Whitman. The once predator of the night, now a guardian of the town's sanctity, faced the embodiment of his own dark past. The battle reached its zenith at the sacred church, where the celestial intervention had first occurred. The clash between the vampiric malevolence and the priest's divine radiance echoed through the hallowed halls, awakening the townsfolk to the supernatural reality that had remained concealed. In a moment of divine revelation, Father Whitman confronted the vengeful vampire with a plea for redemption. The celestial energy that had cleansed him now extended to the vengeful creature, offering a chance at salvation. In an unexpected twist, the once malevolent vampire yielded to the transformative power of divine grace. As the moon waned in the sky, the celestial glow within the church intensified, signifying not only the redemption of Father Whitman, but also the salvation of the vengeful vampire. The townsfolk, awakened to the supernatural forces that dwelled among them, witnessed a miraculous union of light and darkness.